Move it out here.
Yeah, that's where you always were.
I-
That's where you've always been. I
was-
understand the
I
chain of
wasn't-
command. I'm back here on the bottom pole.
I went to move. I don't need to be.
Oh, yes, you do.
Who's better than Brett now?
I was like, you can sit in my
You should
lap.
have left your name chart down
I
there.
should have.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Good.
I thought he was gonna sit in my lap, which would have been a lot better.
Not really.
So we're out of closed session.
We are out of closed session and we have two items on the open agenda. One is a digital service request for proposals that NOC has recommended approval by the board.
Has everybody had a chance to take a look at that? I know.
Not yet. I move to approve with the following modifications. First of all, that we, add in the proposal that we are a national destination, the Branson Lakes area is a national destination. Second, that the,
Where's it at? Where are you talking
Where
about?
would you like to put
Yeah,
that?
she's about that.
I'm just proposing it, they can figure out where it goes in there, but it needs to be included in it. Second is that we put in there that we are a year-round destination, Branson Lakes area, and third, that we use distinctive Branson Lakes area, assets whenever we do anything with any of these vendors.
For the new guy, would you explain
Yeah,
the third one, what you mean by that?
Well, for example, we had some artwork that came out and it looked like we were using clip art for a Branson ad rather than something. We have a lot of really good Branson area photography and we were using something that looked like clip art. And so that was one thing that they had brought up in the Marketing Oversight Committee on September 18th, that we were gonna switch out some of this clip art stuff to
Use actual
uniquely
photos of
Branson,
actual
yeah,
stuff.
uniquely
within
Branson stuff, and we were not using it, so.
so you want that in the proposal requirements or
Yeah.
the scope of work, or what is your request?
I just wanted to add it in there somewhere, so our vendor is aware of where we're traveling, so that we're not having to micromanage our vendor in the future, that they know what our expectations are.
Okay.
They can figure out where to add it in there.
Good.
Derek,
I
if
guess
you-
in
if-
project objectives.
Yeah, if you like, I can sit with Heather and feather it in a way that is ideal for delivery.
Yeah, I'm just,
I would think under project objectives.
That's what I was just wondering.
well, we do have a motion, so I guess we gotta wait till we have a second.
A second, so we can discuss it.
Okay, thank you, Brett. So we got a motion, a second to accept or to approve the RFP with the following modifications, including in the RFP that Branson is a national destination, Branson Lakes area tour, and the Branson Lakes area is a national destination, it's a year-round destination, and that we utilize, to help me with that third part again.
The third part is that we utilize assets that are unique to the Branson Lakes area.
Whenever possible, or
Yeah.
like always, cause
Well,
we just need to be specific.
when they use AI, they're not gonna be
Okay.
using our assets so much, but
So you wanna make sure you word it.
Whenever possible.
Whenever
Yeah.
possible.
whenever possible,
Okay.
okay, yes.
Okay. Fair enough. Everybody got that?
So we're national, we're year round, and we use our own assets.
Discussion.
I think that's good, but I think a lot of the reason, just for clarification, they finally got all those shots. So everything's supposed to change on January 1st for our new 3-year. And we have all their own pictures, all their own digital now, and they spent all that time. And I agree, they had to use a couple, but I think that they tried to explain that we were waiting for all these new images, but definitely having that further, just to keep it under their feet, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
just keep
got you.
it going forward.
Yeah.
Also, it supports our mission and our vision
Mhm.
statements that we just adopted. All of those things support it.
Yeah, just from my perspective, I wanna honor what the MOC, did they have any discussion of those items at the MOC?
Well,
Does it-
I do have a, from the September 18th Marketing Oversight Committee, specifically regarding the Christmas Creative. Janet Aller made a motion to recommend to approve to the board the additional shots should be swapped out. There were two specifically that Janet outlined, and that was the little girl that was in there. And then also there was just a couple with a gift in front of them that didn't show Branson at all. And those were the ones she specifically outlined. And so that was moved, seconded, unanimously approved, and
I think to answer your question, adding these things, because up till now I sat on the LLC board, so, but adding these to the portion that we're adding them to is just reiterating, not necessarily saying, hey, well, we're just make sure they keep that in focus. So I don't think it'll be any type of,
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be any interruption of anything. I think it's just saying, hey, don't forget, everybody's been pushing for the year round, everybody's been pushing for national, so instead of regional,
Right.
so. I think we're okay on that.
The third one with regard to the artwork,
mhm.
whenever possible, I think that's fine. The national one, it already says under point 6 to develop regional drive markets and national campaigns.
Right.
So I think the national is that we're a national destination. They're talking about a national campaign that may already be covered. I didn't see the 12-month in here anywhere.
The marketing plan, when you look at the marketing plan and kind of integrate it with it, the marketing plan just has a little tiny spot in the center that's what they call the rubber tire market. And then they have a few fly destinations that Allegiant will fly into Springfield, and those are what they're considering national, but, we're not hitting all of those that Allegiant flies. And that's why we were trying to expand more national, but right now she's doing just Allegiant Airlines that fly directly into Springfield.
Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to figure out if the RFP is the spot to put that stuff in there. It's great for reminders for sure. But aren't they going to take their instructions from the brands, from the chamber or from the TCED? So I'm just trying to figure out where it would neatly fit in here as part of the RFP. But I guess I suppose it probably doesn't change things.
It almost seems like
Probably
you-
under project objectives is where it would go.
But what's
it
the
almost seems
object-
like you would go into overview as a point of, hey, just to make sure that you know this before you accept the RFP, that we are these things.
Yeah.
So in case somebody, I guess,
That's a good
I
point.
would hope that anybody who was responding would do their homework and see these things are relevant, but I mean, it doesn't matter to me on this piece. I don't think it's, I want to be careful from our board perspective, just my perception and I guess my point of reference for those that haven't worked with me in this role before, our role as a board is one of governance, one of planning to be fiscally responsible and executing on the utilization of the money that's allocated to us, and strategy and vision. It is not an execution of day-to-day tasks, and I just want to be careful that we're not getting too into the weeds as a board, because that's not our role, in my opinion. That's my humble opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and I don't want to force my opinion on anybody. But I would just, from a perspective, think that the point of our board is not one to get into the weeds on things. It's one to make sure that we're providing appropriate oversight, that we're making sure that we're executing on our mission and our vision, and that we're executing on being fiscally responsible with the dollars and spending them. We're not supposed to stockpile them. We're supposed to spend them. So it's a little bit of, things that took me a decade to get used to as a CPA. We are supposed to spend the money. So I guess I just want to frame that up for those of you who have not had the opportunity to work with me in this role. That's sort of how I approach this. I want to be careful that we're not responsible for every little word on a page. Now, I get that, so this isn't that, so much, I just wanted to maybe frame that up, so.
Does the Explore Branson 2026 marketing plan include the fact that we're a national destination and that we're trying to be year round?
No.
Does not? Okay.
It doesn't have those things in it.
I think those were aspirations.
Mhm.
Of the marketing plan.
Aspirations of folks when they were devising the plan. And so is the I guess the question would be, is the RFP the place for the aspiration, or do you work the aspirational stuff in a different avenue?
Well, because the RFP is for them to develop and execute a comprehensive digital marketing plan or marketing campaign in alignment with the Explore Branson 2026 marketing. So if the marketing plan covers those issues, then I don't know that they need to be repeated, but if they don't, then, maybe they do get worked into the RFP somewhere. But this is, again, I'm the new guy on the block, so I'm still learning all this. But these services are just one piece of the overall plan, right?
Right.
So if the whole plan doesn't say national and or all the other pieces, and does one piece of this puzzle not gonna fit neatly because it's trying to do something different than what everything else is doing? So I don't know from a consistency perspective, because I haven't seen any other stuff,
Mhm.
but if they're not all pulling in the same direction, that becomes a problem.
Anybody else have any?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Is the show and attraction SEO social media program that KY3 is currently handling part of this proposal, or is that still a totally separate thing?
That's separate from that.
This is a digital creative organization that will lead all that. That is a tactic of the creation.
Gotcha. That will be folded into this moving forward?
Yeah.
Okay. I do have some feedback on that when we get to that point. I know it's not now, but yeah.
Anybody else? Call the question and the vote.
Yes.
All right, call the question. All those in favor of the motion to adopt the RFP for digital services from the MOC with the modifications of adding language, including year-round, that the Branson Lakes area is the year-round destination. Branson Lakes area is a national destination, and that wherever possible, the use of helping
Assets that are unique
Assets
to the Branson
that are
Lakes area.
unique to the Branson Lakes area be utilized. All those in favor?
Where are they gonna put it? I guess that's my question, is where are you gonna put it? Because if it's in the overview, then I don't have a problem with it. If you're gonna try to work it in somewhere else, then I might have an issue with it.
Because it becomes more of a, you're saying as a point of information as opposed to a
Right.
directed task.
Yeah.
Correct.
Unfortunately, I think we can, we're gonna have to vote on that, but I think it should be in the overview in my personal.
I agree with that
Can
too.
you amend, can she, is it?
I think we
she
have to
called for-
vote, we had a call for vote, I don't.
So vote it down.
We have, I mean,
Yes.
that to me is what we need to do, and then ask her to be willing to modify that to include it in the overview. That's.
Do you want me to withdraw my motion?
Why don't you do, I would
No.
normally say yes, but you can't, I will defer to Brett on that, so
I'll
let's
vote-
go ahead and vote.
Vote no.
Okay.
All those in favor say yes. All those no.
No.
Okay, the motion does not carry, so would you like to present a
I
different
would-
version?
Like to modify the motion to include that that Branson Lakes area is a national destination, that Branson Lakes area is a year-round destination, and that we use distinctive Branson Lakes area assets wherever possible, and include it in the overview of the RFP as submitted.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion necessary? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion on the table, please say yes or aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. It looks like we have one other agenda item, authorize the bank signatories on the account, and, those standardly are what?
The officers.
Okay.
And then I have a question on safe deposit box. Do you wish to keep it or dispose of it? There is literally nothing but air in it.
Why are we having it?
Because it's free.
Yeah,
There had been some conversations that had circulated about as an area for a central location for sensitive documents, but then again, I don't know if the plan, I think you've been a part of that conversation, I
We have
think.
a safety deposit box. I thought we would start keeping them in.
So that's what I'm trying to link up. They're discussing whether to keep it or dispose of it, so I just wanted to link those two things together.
well, if it's free and we're gonna start utilizing it, I see no reason not to continue. I mean, I personally feel like, that this is the right thing to bring to the board, like whether to get rid of it or not. If we got no problem keeping it, we can determine what documents go in it at a later date.
Just for the sake of centralization, continuity, and security of personal information.
Yeah, I don't have any problem keeping it. Does anybody?
It's free.
I mean, if it's free, I think we keep it,
That's a 4-letter word we can scream out loud.
But understanding we've never utilized it before, I appreciate Angela's point, like, what, do we really want something we're not gonna use? I mean, that's a
Sounds like
fair
we
The bank
point.
calls me and says you have to get into the safe deposit box before such and such a date or we'll close it automatically, so.
Okay.
Unlock it.
Since it's empty, I don't go, so.
I got one that I never.
Go put something in it.
How about, can you put like
Thanks,
a
now.
copy of the
Look at what I'm
marketing plan and then like, can we put like a picture of you and Kirk at
not
like
my
various,
house.
I'm sorry. But,
I want to put the one in with
Uh,
purple hair.
can I get a motion to approve the signatories on the account from the board, please? Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Motion second on that. All those in favor, please say aye.
I,
All those opposed. I don't know what we would do if you opposed, because that's, I think, what our bylaws say. But
we have to.
Follow
go
our
into
British
the-
brothers.
But real quick, before we adjourn, I wanna, just say a couple things. Thank you all for your service. This is a time commitment, and I know that you all, put forth a lot of effort, and I appreciate that. I thank you all for putting your confidence in me, and I'll do my best to serve you at all, and the district at all points. And I also want to say a special thank you to Kirk and Angela for all their hard work and efforts on the district. It is so nice to have those two individuals here leading the way and taking care of the brunt of a lot of what we have to do. So thank you for that. The other thing I have to do is just applaud this board. I mean, we've never had a marketing plan and a budget pass this early, so kudos to you. And I mean, and we just clap for that. I mean, that's, I am so impressed by that. So thank you for that. I mean, somebody asked me what we're gonna be doing for the rest of the year, and I'm like, I really don't know, because all of it's done. So thank you for that. Make the job easy starting out,
A
so.
lot of it's the new, these-
Anybody else have anything for the group before we adjourn?
a lot of that is our new reign at the CDB.
Fantastic.
I mean,
That
I'm not
is even
taking
better.
anything from the board, but we've got a really good crew over there.
Fantastic, yeah. I've had the pleasure of meeting Heather and, of course, going through the marketing plan that was passed and the budget, so I'm excited about those things. With that, we'll give you the rest of your day back and we'll adjourn the meeting, so. It's my understanding that you tell me if I'm wrong, but when I used to do this, I was corrected by this many years ago by the prior chairperson to me that and our attorney, that the power to adjourn, once we've gotten through the agenda, is just